Welcome to our aging puzzle. We are in the third week of April. I am your host, Corlette Deveaux. Our show is about aging and how it affects all of us. We are going to have great conversations with guests from all walks of life that will have an impact on life. We all are alive and we're living and we're vibrant. We want to share and inspire you to know that life is amazing. And we want to share stories that are great, not so great, but it's really just all about life. We're going to have guests, young, middle-aged, older, but their stories are going to be captivating and they are going to touch your heart. They are going to fill you with laughter. Sometimes they will inspire you and maybe just provide valuable perspectives on pressing health issues and ways for you to live a healthier and longer life. We look forward to an inspiring time of listening, learning, connecting, laughing, and crying together. And this beautiful month of April is known for its spring flowers. And it is also Autism Acceptance Month. Yes, autism awareness is important. Autism acceptance, though, is even greater. This year, various autism rights groups are focusing on the inclusion and acceptance of those with different neurologies. This begins with a small yet meaningful shift in terminology. So we are moving from autism awareness to autism acceptance. We are thrilled to have back with us VerTongie Bailey for the third week in a row. And she has been here sharing her amazing story as a parent of a young man with autism. She is going to share with us more of her inspiring story. Remember, every month we have one guest on our show, and that guest will share their story with us week after week. The first week we had VerTongie discuss a parent's feelings, a child with autism. And last week, she shared with us her struggles and growing up with autism, with a child with autism. And then, of course, this week, we want to talk to her about autism and college. Yes, college is possible for those with autism, and we're going to find out from her today about her son. And next week, we're going to talk about thriving with autism. Because yes, you can thrive with autism, and we want to provide that inspiration to those out there who have autism. So join us every week as our guests take you through their journey. Now it's time for Aging Facts. During the month of April, there's a lot of emphasis on the challenges faced by autistic people everywhere. And as more people understand and accept autism, not only does support increase, but the words we used to talk about it will change as well. Back in 2016, the Combating Autism Act was passed to fund research and help people with autism. Then, in 2019, the Autism Cares Act was renamed to show a more accepting attitude towards autism. This kind of acceptance doesn't just feel good. It can actually make life better for people with autism. And studies have actually shown that when people feel accepted, their mental health can improve. Yay! We don't want anyone to feel isolated. We want people to feel accepted, and we want their mental health to be good. Plus, when those around us accept others for who they are, people with autism tend to feel better about themselves and have less depression. We have to do this together to help everyone feel accepted. Now, let's welcome our special guest today, VerTongie. We are thrilled to have her back for the third week in a row. Her story and journey are one of determination and advocacy, fueled by her love for her two sons, Zachariah and Hezekiah. With a strong educational background from strong institutions like Davenport University, Central Michigan University, and Grand Canyon University, she is a pro at studying. She has degrees in business administration, human resources, and is currently pursuing a master's degree in special ed. And she hopes to get her PhD one day. VerTongie's firsthand experience includes caring for her son, Hezekiah, who is living with autism. She's an inspiration. Her story, I hope, so far has inspired you and have given you hope and also encourage you to share it with others who may have family members with autism. We are so proud to welcome again today VerTongie, as she will share more of her story of her son with autism. Thank you so much for joining us today, VerTongie. Yippee! Welcome back. Hello, VerTongie.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so thrilled to welcome you back to our show this week for the
Thank
third week
you.
in a
Thank
row.
you.
But I'm even more excited to say congratulations on your great news.
Thank
Wow,
you.
congratulations. So on Saturday, you and Hezekiah didn't just get nominated amongst so many deserving community nominees, you actually won. You received the Humanities Champion Advocate Award, and Hezekiah, the fantastic young man that he is, got the Youth Advocate Award in your state.
Yes.
Congratulations. Tell me all
Thank
about
you.
these. Tell me about
Those
these.
those were NAMI Awards, National Association of Mental Health. And when you're working in the community, you're doing it for the good of the community, to enlighten
Yes,
parents and to enlighten the youth. You're just out in the community working. You're not expecting to receive an award. You're just doing it for the good of the order to help people that need the extra help with it.
that's fantastic. Fantastic. So they gave Hezekiah won the
Yes.
Youth Advocate Award. Tell me all about what that award is about. This is
It's
amazing.
about
About that.
Hezekiah, it's about being able for him, being able as a youth living with autism, to be able to advocate in the community for the youth and the Afro American men that are living with autism and other mental challenges.
That's fantastic. And he's only 18, right?
Yes,
That is fantastic. I am super proud of Hezekiah, and I'm also proud of your mom because I
thank
know
you.
it's not been an easy road, but you
It's been a
are,
journey.
yeah, it's been a journey, and you're moving through this journey, and you are setting a great example, and you'll
Thank
make a
you.
difference in this community. So thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
So the past couple of weeks, you've shared with us some truly uplifting stories and some information about the emotional aspect of raising your son, Hezekiah, with autism.
Yes.
Most parents with autistic children often find themselves in the position of being their children's biggest supporters.
Hmm.
You are your son's biggest supporter. You have to
Yes.
support him in school, around other family members, in social situations with healthcare professionals. You have to support your child constantly. And isn't this something that all parents who have autistic children really have to go through?
Yes, it is. It is. It's a journey. You have to learn how to advocate for your child. You have to learn how to speak up. You have to learn how to find resources for your child and their rights. You have to know their rights, what they're entitled to, what they're not entitled to, what they can have, what they cannot have. So it's a learning process.
It
And in
sure
this
is.
learning process, I'm learning how to advocate for my son. And at the same time, while I'm learning how to educate the community and anyone that may come in contact with Hezekiah that this is truly real life to us. So I
That's
get one
amazing.
shot to get this right.
That's
So I make sure
fantastic.
that he has a quality of life like anyone else has because he's entitled to
Absolutely.
that as a human
He,
being.
he really is. And all, adults and children with autism are entitled to be treated fairly no matter
Yes.
what. So thank you for being your son's biggest advocate, and thank you for being an advocate for those with autism.
Yes.
Last week, we kind of talked about a lot of things, and what I want to do this week is really spend some time talking about autism in college, because your son graduated, finished high school, and he's in college. So let's
Yes.
talk about that transition from high school to college and what that was like for you and for your son Hezekiah. So let's first talk about high school, finishing high school, then going to college. What did he go through to even to apply to get into college? Tell us about that.
He's in a program in the state of Michigan called MRS. He always aspired to be a college student because he has four older brothers and three of them have college degrees. my oldest son, he's working on his degree in business at Alabama State. So he always inspired to be like his brothers because he feel, even though he has an disability, there's ability in that. So he always wanted to get a degree in animation and cartoon.
Mhm.
So right now he's in a program at Michigan State through MRS. So he applied, he got into the program, yay. Um, and he was like really excited to be in that program. And it was really a transition for us because they're expecting him to log on his own, mom not to log on with him, and for him to take notes and for him to grasp what he needs to do. So it was a really challenging for me to be able to let go on that aspect.
And he's doing these things by himself now in college?
Yes, he is.
That's
He has
fantastic.
some support when needed, but
Mhm.
we're pushing him to be more independent
That's
because we
amazing.
live in a world where you have to be, even though you have a disability, they expect you to come to the table knowing what you should know
That's
with
great.
minimal help.
Mhm. So when he went off to college, how did he advocate for himself to be that independent young man and to access the support service or the accommodations that he may need on campus? What did he do?
Actually, he hasn't gone away. He's going to school here in Michigan, so he
Mhm.
commutes. He has a couple days online and he had a couple days in person. So he commutes back and forth to home, which is a good transition. And in that, I'm noticing that he's learning how to let the teacher know I didn't get my assignment. I can download it. I need you to resend it to me. Need a little bit more time in getting it done. So he's learning his rights because he has a 504 plan and IUP. He said, well, he told, and I was listening one day, he was telling the teacher, well, I have autism, so I have the 504. So I need extended time to get the assignment done. And I was really
He actually
shocked.
tells the teachers, he speaks up.
Yes, he does.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. I think that's amazing that he's speaking up because there are some students who may not want to speak up.
Right,
So that's an important part of the transition, being able to speak for yourself and being comfortable speaking up
right.
for yourself. I think that's fantastic. He's setting a great example. Wow. Has he encountered any issues when as he's going through this transition from high school to college? Has he encountered any issues?
Um, he's telling me now, Mom, I think I got it. Mom, I think I can handle it.
Hmm.
So I think the only time he had an issue was when he forgot to log in
Hmm.
because he was so used to me saying, you have to log in, you have to log in. But the teacher actually called knowing that he has autism. That's how you're supposed to be logged in. And so he said he just totally forgot he was doing something. So that was the only time. So now I have him to put a timer on his phone when he's supposed to log in and when he's supposed to go to class. So he has a timer on his phone. I said, you put everything else on that phone, put that timer so you know it's time to log in. So
I
on the
think that's
days he
fantastic.
goes in person, he reminds my parents who get him back and forth to school that he has to be there in a timely manner.
That's fantastic. So just staying organized. And I think whether you have autism or not, those are some great skills that you're teaching him.
Yes, it is.
They're organized, set your timer. And I love the fact that the teacher called to remind him because that teacher understood and
Yes,
knows. And that made it so much easier. When you have other people involved and understanding and being supportive, it makes a big difference for your child, whether they have autism or not.
right.
Right? And knowing that he has autism and that teacher was supportive really made a huge difference. That's amazing. What advice would you give to parents that have students or children with autism who are going off to school? What advice would you give them?
I would tell each parent as a mom, because I'm one of those moms, I want to keep my child close by. But as they matriculate through high school and middle school, to
Mhm.
start giving them independence, have them do a little bit here, a little bit there, so that they can get adjusted to doing things on their own. We understand they have that disability because I'm that overprotective mom. So I had to learn to teach them you're getting older now. Let's see what you can do on your own without support. So I started gradually knowing that he wants to go to college and take classes. And now I'm even working towards him because he does want to go off and have the campus experience. So I'm working on that now with him being able to get experience to be on his own and probably in a couple of years to be on the college campus. So I'm getting him organized and, trying to just kind of, and it's very hard. It's very hard to back away. I just said he knows how to log in. He knows how to do his homework. He knows how to get his things together because he does want to go to college and be on the campus. So it's going to be really frightening for me, but I know I'm training him well. And I see that now he knows how to advocate for himself, not only himself, but he's telling other kids what their rights are.
That's awesome. That's amazing. There's hope.
Yeah,
And
there is hope.
there's hope. And Hezekiah is demonstrating that it can be done. I think that's fantastic. So you gave advice to parents. Let me ask you, what advice would you give to other students with autism who want to go off to college? What advice would you give them?
I would tell any student you can achieve any goal that you like to achieve once you put the work into it, but you have to put the work into it. And you have to just put your mind to doing what you want to do and let them know that you will face challenges and you will face downfalls, but you just have to put the work, the time in it, and believe. And I even encourage my son and other kids, he encourages his friends to grab you a support group that understands that I have this disability, but I do have ability inside the disability.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Very encouraging. We certainly do appreciate your insights and your advice to students and to parents and everyone out there with autism and folks who don't have autism. There's a place in this world for everyone, and we want a world where everyone is treated equally, no matter what. So thank you for all that you do. And again, congratulations for your award last Saturday. Very, very proud of you. And I'm so proud of Hezekiah. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for the interview. Thank you for your time. I just want to empower the community and other youth that there is hope.
And next week, we're going to be seeing Hezekiah himself, right?
Yes, yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing him. Thank you so much for talking.
Bye-bye.
See you next week. Thank you. Thank you, VerTongie. I cannot express my gratitude for you sharing your story. And congratulations on your award, and congratulations on Hezekiah's award as well. We will continue to hear VerTongie's story next week when we will hear personally from Hezekiah, who will talk about thriving with autism. I'm so excited about that show, and we're looking forward to it. Now let's talk about habits to live longer and live better. Every week we talk about 4 things. Remember, proper diet, regular exercise, reduce your stress, and socialization. Doing these things will have a positive effect on your overall health and well-being, and will help you live longer and live better. Autism Acceptance Month is coming to a close, but autism acceptance is something that we want to encourage you to be aware of every single day. It's not just a month. It is something, it's a lifetime of living. And I would encourage all of you to accept and try your best to understand those with autism. This month is a time to honor and support the autistic community, acknowledging the unique hurdles they face in education, in employment, and in daily life. So as we witness the inspiring story and the journey of VerTongie and Hezekiah thriving in their own remarkable ways, let's come together in solidarity, advocating for a world that embraces everyone. For more information and resources, please visit autismsociety.org. And remember, our Aging Puzzle is sponsored by Remember2. And Remember2 is a revolutionary AI-driven platform for seniors to help them stay safe, stay connected with their families, and live independently. And for you to learn more about Remember2, visit their website at Remember2. That's remember, the number 2.ai, remember2.ai. Again, thank you so much for our special guest this week, VerTongie Bailey, for being such an inspiration and for being a guest on our show. I will see you all next week. Thanks for joining us. Voila!
I'm Kevin Harrington, an original shark from Shark Tank. DG Incorporated provides coaching services